your Lakers, the senior forward, number 23, Sarah Bicknell. And for the Panthers, the senior guard, number 4, Story Shaw. Your officials for this game, Mr. Shoppy and Mr. Caldwell. At this time, we'll be giving the sportsmanship banners. This time, we'll make the presentation of the girls' Class D sportsmanship banners with the assistance of committee members Ron Gleason, representing Belfast Area High School, and Dick Gardner, Washington Academy. The recipient, on behalf of the Maine Principals Association, it's an honor to present you with this Eastern Maine Class D sportsmanship banner. It will be presented to the Southern Aroostook Community School girls team. Representing their team will be Jessica Walker, Jill Mathis, Jessica Collier, and also Coach Tom Berry. This banner is awarded to the school whose team members, coaches, cheerleaders, and fans have consistently observed the rules of fair play and sportsmanship both on and off the floor. Congratulations to Coach Tom Berry and your Warriors, and may you continue to keep good sportsmanship a priority for your school and community. Your athletic director, Murray Putnam, and principal Benjamin Carr are also to be commended for their part in promoting good sportsmanship in your school and community. At this time, you're invited to stand as Nikki Shaw, representing Central Aroostook High School, honors our country with the singing of our national anthem.
So proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
There you have what we would call, I guess, an encore performance by Nikki Shaw, a student at Central Aroostook High School. She sang the national anthem a number of times during the Eastern Maine tourney. We're about set for the state final here this evening. The #1 team in the West went on to win the Western Maine Championship, the Rangeley Lakers. In their green uniforms, Central Aroostook High School will be the home team. They came in the Eastern Maine tournament seeded #3. Rangeley was in the state final last year, as we mentioned. They were defeated by Southern Aroostook High School, the team that just won the sportsmanship banner this year. Southern Aroostook came back, went all the way to the Eastern Maine final, but was defeated by the Panthers, who are out there on the court to vie for a state championship tonight. And jumping center will be Amy Danforth and Melanie Clark of Central Aroostook. Central Aroostook in the white uniforms, Rangeley in the green. The Panthers have it. And this is Story Shaw to Erica Shaw. Story number 14, Erica. Story number 4, Erica 14. Bradstreet shot misses the mark. And M.A. Danforth comes away with it. Bicknell drives in, puts it up, partially blocked. Bicknell with a rebound, puts it up on the side of the lane. Ball is knocked around, picked up by Clark of Central Aroostook. She gives it to Story Shaw. And some pressure coming in backcourt from Beth Morton of the Lakers. Erica Shaw, ball game state final just underway. Eastern Maine Class D. Allen has it, can't get a shot away. 7:15 to go in the first period. This is Story Shaw backing it back out, coming out with it. Passing it down to Erica Shaw in the corner. Bradstreet underneath to Clark. Nice move. Clark misses with a rebound and a foul maybe on Bicknell.
I believe that is Keith, and that was a nice feed in that time by Chris Bradstreet inside to Melanie Clark. Today's officials, John Shoppy from Ellsworth and Dana Caldwell from Farmingdale.
So Angela Allen will put the ball in play along the end line, looking in, can't find anybody. Now she gives it to Clark. Clark back out to Allen, goes to the top of the circle, inside. Clark spins, puts a jump shot up, gets the rebound. Now it's knocked loose, picked up by Shaw. Story Shaw, number 40, doing the ball handling now. To Allen on the left side. Back to Shaw, looking at toward Clark. Chris Bradstreet, long three-point attempt is off the rim. Rebound tipped high. Clark with it, goes right back in the lane, goes right up off the glass, gets her own rebound, puts it back up and off. Rebound up. Again, a number of offensive rebounds, but they can't connect.
4 shots that time, and Rangeley wastes no time coming right back. They find it with Amy Danforth, 5'10" junior, breaking the ice.
Clark with it, handing off to Shaw. 6:05 remaining in this opening period. Class D state final. Boys game following this one. Jonesport Beals against the Hyde School. We'll stay tuned for both of those contests. This is Shaw going down along the end line, looking for somebody. To Clark. Shaw again. Coming out to Story Shaw, back to Erica. Down low to Clark, lost out of bounds, touched out by Clark.
Lakers are really playing an aggressive defense right now, matching up player to player and right in the face.
So it's 2-0. The Lakers up with 5:25 remaining in this opening period. Pass intended for Danforth, stolen by Clark. Shaw with it, guarded by Morton.
That's going to be quite a matchup there at the point.
About the same height. Morton maybe a little bit taller. Clark shot is up and she's fouled. Foul on Danforth, I believe. 2 fouls now on the Lakers. And first foul on Danforth. That'll put Melanie Clark, the 5'11" senior center, on the line for the Panthers. And it's a 2-1 ball game. 5:11 remaining. First period. Clark ties it at 2 as you look at the Central Aroostook bench. Spalding inside. This is Bicknell putting up and off. Bicknell gets a rebound, puts it up. It's blocked by Clark. Bicknell goes right to the basket again.
Great effort by Bicknell. She got rejected by Clark, but put it right up again, and we're going over the top to Allen.
Bicknell with a rebound. Now Allen gets it back. Clark with it. Shaw's long three-point attempt is off the rim. She can hit from out there. Morton gets it. Head quickly to Spalding. Rebound tipped around Bradstreet for Central Aroostook, and now to Story Shaw. 4:27. Shaw goes all the way through, bounces the ball off somebody's leg.
Well, she got fouled on that, got
Okay.
tripped up. But both teams really running the floor right now, Keith. That foul's going to be on Becca Thomas as she comes over and gets the block. Morton was trying to keep up that time, yelling for some help for defense.
Allen looking for someone to pass to. Now she finds Shaw. 4:21. Allen's long three-point attempt is off the rim. Central Aroostook has gone for the three-point shot about 3 times so far. Now it's
Story
stolen
Shaw.
back by Story Shaw and a double dribble.
Really seeing some similarities in these teams, especially out front in the guard position.
And nearing the halfway mark of the first period, the Lakers play it in. Danforth puts it up and in. 6-2, a 4-point lead for the Lakers. Central Aroostook brings it in. Some pressure coming in backcourt. Shaw breaks the press. This is Clark. Back to Shaw. 3:55. Remaining in period number 1. Over on the right side. Now it's back to Allen. Allen goes to the foul line. Can't find room. Shaw's long bomb misses and goes out of bounds.
Central Aroostook really not shooting very well in this first period.
They really, in the Eastern Maine Final, they were really connecting on those long bombs. Allen and the Shaws were hitting from deep. Back come the Lakers. Becca Thomas giving it up to Karen Spaulding. To Morton, and Morton travels. Beth Morton, number 14, taking steps and turning it back to Central Aroostook. And Bradstreet will play it in, guarded closely by Sarah Bicknell. Now to Shaw. 3:25 in the first period. In the corner to Erica Shaw. Looking for Clark. Stolen by Bicknell. Coming down hard, one-on-one. Goes in, puts it up left-handed. Gets the basket, draws the foul.
Love to see that happen when the girl goes up with the left hand. Drew the foul, got hit on the right side. Still scores with the left hand. We can see it right here. Concentrating on using that left hand. She's going to get bumped on the right side.
Good work.
But because she used her left hand, she scores, and that puts them up 8-2 right now. And Central Aroostook wants a timeout.
Julie Bradstreet needing a timeout right now because her team down by 6 and just not hitting the baskets. They're getting their shots, getting offensive rebounds as well, but they're not putting them down.
Well, we saw one series there where they had four attempts at the basket, but nothing falling for them. You know, they're a team that, as we said, they've got 3 or 4 people that on any given night could lead them in scoring. They're just not hitting right now. And the Lakers, they run right at you. They waste no time getting the ball down the floor. As we said in the opening, they like to get a lot of points off transition, and you're seeing that happen either off the rebound or off a steal.
Coach Heidi Durant's talking things over with her Rangeley Lakers. They lost only one senior from last year's Western Maine Championship team. They lost in the state final to Southern Aroostook. And here they are back gunning for a championship with all but one senior from last year's team. And Bicknell is on the line and a chance to put her team up by 7. And 2. The Lakers off to a fast start. 3:12 remaining in the first period. This is Shaw. See if Central Aroostook has been settled down by Coach Bradstreet. See what they'll set up now. Erica Shaw. Down low to Clark, who puts it up and in.
Nice cut down low by Clark.
9-4 with 2:50 left in the first period. Becca Thomas getting it back out to Bicknell at the foul line. Driving down low, puts it up to the crowd and draws the foul.
Gonna go on Allen.
Bicknell is a very heads-up ball player for the Lakers. She averaged 16 points per game this year, and as well as picking up 12 rebounds. A 5'8" senior, Sarah Bicknell, was among the leaders on last year's Western Maine Championship team.
She probably gives up a good 3 inches to Melanie Clark on the inside, but that doesn't stop her a bit from going to the hole.
Right. Bicknell listed at 5'8" and Clark at 5'11". Now it's an 11-4 lead for Rangeley.
Full court man-to-man right now.
Shaw with it, guarded by Beth Morton. Again, as you indicated, let's put a matchup with Morton and Shaw. Clark goes in underneath and puts it up, loops it up underhanded, drops it in. It's 11-6. Bicknell tries a long one, doesn't connect. Rebound Morton up and in.
Nobody blocked out that time. Morton all alone for that offensive board, came right to her.
Lakers continue to press full court. Now they back off. Morton will carry Shaw all the way down. Erica Shaw into Bradstreet. She's open. Puts it up and in and out. Rebound tip high, knocked out by Bradstreet.
That's the story right there of this first quarter. Chris Bradstreet couldn't believe how wide open she was on that one. Had a layup, as a matter of fact.
1:55 in the opening period. Spalding with it. Becca Thomas. Inside, back to Morton. Inside to Thomas, give and go. Can't shoot, partially blocked. Morton goes right back to the basket. And the rebound is down to Clark. Long lead pass to Angela Allen, who leads the pack. Bangs it off the rim. Back come the Lakers, quickly, wasting no time. Jump shot is blocked. Shot by Spalding is blocked.
They're calling the foul. That foul's going to be on Melanie Clark. Saying that she got more than ball.
3 team fouls on each team. And the first foul in the ball game on Clark.
Central Aroostook's going to have to be careful that they do get back, because the Lakers are taking no time off the offensive board. Defensive board. They're just pushing the ball up the floor and able to draw a couple quick fouls here.
Junior Karen Spalding is actually the leading scorer on the team this year, averaging 17 points per game. 5'11" junior. Rebound away to Clark, and the Panthers come back with it. Central Aroostook in the white uniforms with blue and red trim against the green Lakers. And
We may have player control push on that, possibly.
All on Story Shaw. First one on Shaw, but the Panthers now have 4 team fouls and Rangeley 3. Spalding with Karen Spalding. Down inside, McNell. Back out it comes to Morton. Danforth. Stolen away by Shaw, and now picked up by Clark. Good defensive work that time by Shaw.
She does a lot of good little things like that. She came up with some great rebounds in the Eastern Maine tournament. For a kid her size, she really rebounds well. And there's Allen from the outside. Not able to connect.
Quickly by Bignell. Down to Spalding. Boy, they race down court. Now stolen back by Shaw. Loose on the floor. And picked up by Becca Thomas for the Lakers. 45 seconds remaining in this opening period. Long run is up and off by Spalding. Clark with it. Almost stolen away by Danforth. Approaching 20 seconds in the opening period. Erica Shaw moves in inside to Bradstreet, puts it up and off, and she's fouled.
Keith, it's going to be interesting to see how long these teams can keep up this pace. Neither team has gone to their bench. As I say that, the Lakers now do. Number 31 checking in, Liz Linnell, a 5'8" junior. But this has been a very fast-paced game. As we watch the pass inside to Bradstreet, these kids have been running up and down the floor. It'll be interesting to see if fatigue does become a factor.
As you mentioned, a very fast-paced game with only 1 substitution so far in the first period. Liz Linnell at number 32 for the Lakers now in the ball game. Chris Bradstreet, very steady, dependable ball player for the Central Aroostook Panthers.
One of the places where you do see fatigue set in sometimes is on the foul line. You miss shots that normally you would make, and the legs start to get a little tired.
Lakers get the arrow, and they've got 12 seconds to work with in the opening period. They lead 14-6. Shot is up and off by Spalding. Hit high after 1, 14-6. We'll be back in a moment.
You're watching tournament basketball on Maine Public Television.
Okay, back at the Bangor Auditorium for the second period. You're looking at the Central Aroostook High School band cranking up between periods. A racehorse contest between the Lakers and the Panthers here this evening. But right now, an 8-point lead by Rangeley High School. Chris Bradstreet will play it in for Central Aroostook. State final here in Class D's 2 state finals. The boys contest coming right up after this one between Jonesport Beals and the Hyatt School. Angela Allen has it, gets it back, long pop off the rim. And the Lakers gather it in. Okay, Thomas with it. Giving it to Karen Spaulding. Starts to go inside, stops at the foul line. Thomas. Spaulding, got it. Shaw. On the left side, picked up by Beth Morton. Lost in the lane, and Shaw comes away with it. Erica Shaw giving it to Storage Shaw. 7-18. Allen almost has it stolen. Gathers it in, looks inside. Bradstreet wants to hand back to Allen. Finally gets it to her.
I think Bradstreet needs to look to go to the basket a little bit more. She's only a sophomore, but she has some good moves, nice and strong inside. And there's Clark again along the baseline. But Bradstreet squares up well. Oftentimes she looks to kick it back out. They may need her to go to the hole a little bit more tonight.
A nifty move that time by Clark down along the baseline, looping it up and in. Inside, a shot from the lane is up and good by Thomas.
That was Linnell catching that one.
Linnell on the lineup. Number 31.
Two subs getting ready to check in. You'll see Duska Hewitt getting ready to come in for Central Aroostook, and Bicknell will be coming back in for the Lakers. Again, it's Clark really starting to dominate for Central Aroostook right now with those inside moves.
Becoming very effective along the baseline. Early in the game, she missed a couple of those moves, and now she's putting it in for them. And it's a 6-point lead for the Lakers. This is Thomas.
Nice pass.
Inside. 2 for Danforth.
Good awareness that time. Notice she was doubled up and kicked it off inside.
An 8-point lead now for Rangeley. 5:50 remaining in the first half. Bradstreet over to Clark. Guarded by Danforth. Goes inside. Puts it up. This time she's squeezed and fouled.
Melanie Clark really taking charge now. Goes on the drive.
Got caught between two players, and they're giving the foul to Liz Linnell, her first foul in the game. 5 team fouls now.
Clark takes it in with the left hand, pulls up, and is fouled. As you said, Keith, that's 5 team fouls. Clark goes on for 2.
And only 4 team fouls on Central Aroostook. 5'11" senior Melanie Clark. This is the first of 2. The basketball coming up tonight. Girls state final in D and a boys state final following this game. Morton looking inside, gets it to Bicknell, long 3-point attempt, and a foul.
In the rebounding action, I believe that may be going on Spaulding, but I'll have to check on that. John Shoppy making the call.
Duska Hewitt, number 5
Go
for
on.
Central Aroostook playing it in.
That one was on Thomas, Keith. We have the long pass to Erica Shaw, if she can control it.
Again, intended that time for a storage job and knocked away. And Allen will play the ball in along the end line. Inside it comes out deep to Shaw, back to Erica Shaw. Story number 4, Erica number 14. Morton guarding Shaw. Inside, Clark spins in the lane and puts it up off the rim. And they get the ball back. Now it's scrambled for on the floor, loose, and Morton picks it up, and they'll race down the other way. Morton knocks it out of bounds.
Hewitt got a hand on that one.
Tipped out by Hewitt. The Laker bench. Morton with it. Out it comes to Becca Thomas. Danforth from near the foul line. Rebound to Clark. Down to Shaw. 1-on-1. Goes in, pops it up, and gets the roll.
Gets the roll. A couple good things that time. Clark had a nice job of looking up and seeing Shaw, and then Shaw pulled up and allowed the defense to go by and then laid it in.
4 minutes, 35 seconds remaining in the first half. A 6-point lead for the Lakers. Bicknell stops in the lane, turns, spins, puts it up and in. She has some good moves, Sarah Bicknell.
She went right up over Clark that time. Again, the long pass this time to Allen.
They're getting away with that, and this time it was knocked away by Thomas of the Lakers.
Coach Raps now would like a timeout. You see Central Aroostook going to their bench. That may be one of the things that they want to talk about. That breakaway pass has been there. They've gone long the last couple of times off the inbounds play.
That long lead pass paying off. And that time, a foul picked up by Thomas. So Coach Raps on your screen wants to talk things over with the Lakers. They are ahead 20-12.
Another thing you have to look at, Keith, is that we're going to be going into the bonus now. The next Laker foul will put Central Aroostook on the line for the 1-and-1. They haven't been real successful there of late. We may have been seeing a few tired legs there, but that could be a factor here with 4:22 to go in this second period.
Central Aroostook wasn't real successful from the field early in the ball game, but they've kept it close throughout the first part of the second period. 4:22 remaining in the second period, and it's an 8-point lead for the Lakers as Angela Allen plays it in. Inside, Clark back to Allen. Long one is good.
But there was a sigh of relief there for Allen. She was one of the leading scorers in that Eastern Maine tournament, and one that really started to turn things around for Central Aroostook in those games, and she finally finds the range.
28 points in the Eastern Maine final. There's a long shot that's off by Spalding. And a traveling violation called on Danforth.
And we're going to see some full court pressure.
Shaw with it, breaking the press, running hard, takes it all the way over on the left side. And back to Allen for the long one. Missing. And out of bounds, knocked out by the Lakers. So Central Aroostook will play it in. And Angela Allen looks in, way out, stolen by Morton. Bad pass.
I think everybody knew where that one was going.
Spalding, and knocked stolen back, and stolen back again.
Backcourt.
Backcourt.
Tough break, good defensive play, but momentum carried her right into the backcourt.
So some real scrappy guards on the floor for both teams. Clark to Shaw.
This is a great matchup here with Shaw and Morton. Morton's
Really
playing
is.
some great defense.
Clark has it now. She has it tied up by Danforth. Good move that time by Danforth. Good defense.
Chris Bradstreet coming back in.
The arrow goes to the Lakers, and Duska Hewitt walks to the bench. Darren Spalding averaging 17 points per game on the season. Guarded by Shaw. Inside, Danforth up block by Clark, and Bradstreet has it, loses it, put back up by Danforth.
And here's Erica Shaw takes control.
3:05 remaining in this first half. And Shaw with the ball. Clark down low, intended for Bradstreet. Pass too high and out of bounds.
Would have been a nice play that time because Bradstreet had her defensive players sealed off. She would have been all alone.
Darren Spalding guarded by Erica Shaw. Starts to go inside. Bicknell looks long. Now Spalding fakes. It's over on the left side of Morton. The ball tipped loose. Morton tries to go down low to Thomas, and it's stolen back by the Panthers. 2:25 left in the first half. 16 fouls on the Lakers and 4 on Central Aroostook. Bradstreet alone at the foul line off the rim. Danforth with a rebound. Put a battle inside too between Clark and Danforth. Spalding goes in, puts it off the glass.
None of these Lakers afraid to take it to the hole. 2 or 3 times they've gone right at Melanie Clark, and now Clark comes back.
Inside is Shaw, up and off. Tipped out. Shaw can't save it in.
Good effort, though. Jessica Hewitt coming back in.
The 5'9" sophomore, number 5, is coming in to give Melanie Clark a breather. .152 remaining in the first half. State championship in Class D. Bicknell goes inside, jump shot to the side of the lane, rolls off, and the rebound is fought for, and it's put up and off by Thomas. Shaw. Erica Shaw now. Bradstreet 35. Inside. Allen jump shot is no good. Rebound tipped high and maybe a foul on Hewitt. They're going over the back. And 1 foul on Hewitt. 16 fouls on the Lakers and 5 on Central Aroostook. And Linnell checking back in for the Lakers. Number 31. .115. Bicknell looking inside, now fires it cross court. Danforth at the foul line, back to Bicknell on the right side, goes along the baseline, puts it up, doesn't get the roll, partially blocked. And Hewitt with a rebound to Shaw. Long down court pass is knocked away by Linnell.
Again, Central Aroostook tried to force it up that time and caught a break, and that Linnell didn't see it coming, and it did go off.
55 seconds, and Shaw goes right in the paint but loses the handle. Now it's back the other way, one-on-one. Morton puts it up left-handed, a little too hard.
Somebody's going to just grab it.
Morton has it and steps over Bradstreet. Let's see, we've got 40 seconds remaining. Down low it goes. Bicknell puts it off the glass. Danforth to Bicknell. Back the other way.
That's going to be a turnover. And I'm not sure that that was touched. If it wasn't touched, it should be taken out of bounds down underneath their own basket. And it will be. The ball was never touched on the playing surface, so the Lakers will put the ball in bounds underneath their own basket.
Yeah, they have 30 seconds to work with. Bicknell will play the ball in.
Spalding coming back in. Linnell going out. So both coaches really only rotating in that one sub.
Each team is rotating in one sub. That's right. Hewitt for Central Aroostook and Linnell for the Lakers. Shot missed that time by Spalding.
I believe we have a travel on that first. Linnell coming back in. This time it's Spalding going out. It's like they're putting in the offense and the defense.
Getting more tired running from the bench to the floor than running up and down the court. 22 seconds remaining. A 10-point lead now for the Rangeley Lakers. Class D state final, Shaw. And a foul.
This one's on Morton. So Shaw will go to the line for the 1-and-1.
That's Morton picking up her first foul in the ball game. So we're near the end of the first half before reaching the bonus situation. Shaw on the line. Story Shaw, 5'3" senior. And her team down by 10. Bradstreet gathers it in. They have one more chance at it. 11 seconds. Bradstreet's shot is off the rim. And maybe they'll get another crack here. 7 seconds. Clark.
Good time if she makes the move.
Puts it up with 2 seconds. And after the first half, a 10-point lead for the Rangeley Lakers. Interesting first half, a real fast-paced first half with both teams trying to break up and down the court.
Surely was. That's what we expected. We said Rangeley coming in this likes to get a lot of points off transition, and they have been definitely pushing the ball up the floor. I can't imagine that fatigue won't become a factor in this game.
Especially with one sub on each team coming in.
Exactly. They're playing very aggressive defense, matching up player to player. And when you play that fast a pace, you know, it comes down to conditioning as well as anything else.
Central Aroostook got away with those long lead passes a few times, and then the Lakers began to shut that down a little bit.
They did, and then they threw a couple away right there late in that first half. Central Aroostook at this point, though, very lucky to still, only be 10 points down. They didn't have a very high percentage of shooting from the floor, especially early in that first quarter. Things started to heat up a little bit more for them in the second period, but still within range for Central Aroostook. We know they have some great shooters, and it's just a matter of time before they get on track.
And they had their chances early, an indication they'll have the chances again. I mean,
they definitely.
Melanie Clark was missing from inside early in the game and then began to connect, so they're able to get it into her, and they're getting offensive rebounds. And so it's been pretty evenly matched, aside from the first, maybe the first half of the first period.
Exactly. They have the potential to score. They've got a lot of, they've got the height advantage, I would say, but this Laker team, I don't think anybody's told them that Central Aroostook has the height advantage. Vic Nelm has some real quick, strong moves on the inside, and they really are taking it right to Central Aroostook now. With a halftime score, the Lakers 24, Central Aroostook 14. We'll be back to the Bangor Auditorium in just a moment.
Funding for Maine Public Television's basketball coverage is provided by Grant's Dairy, committed to being a good neighbor since 1902. By Husson College, offering master's, baccalaureate, and associate degrees in business, health, and professional studies. And by McDonald's Restaurants of Maine and Eastern New Hampshire.
Okay, halftime at the Bangor Auditorium. We're looking at a fine performance here by the Laker cheerleaders. Exciting the crowd. State final in Class D. A lot of basketball left this evening. We'll have a boys contest between Jonesport Beals and the Hyde School following this game. And we hope you'll join us Saturday night on Maine Public Television for Holton and Kennebunk and John Bapps and York. Right now, we're going to go to Rich Kimball, who has a guest. Rich?
Okay, thank you very much, Keith. And we're out here in the back hall with Stu Taylor, a familiar face to a lot of folks around the state of Maine. He is now the floor manager for the Eastern Maine and now for the state tournaments. But Stu is familiar to many people here as a longtime coach. Brought your Ellsworth Eagles teams in here. How many times over the years, Stu?
Oh, I think I was in Ellsworth for 10 years, and I think we came up here 7 times. We only really talk about 2 of those times, but it was fun.
And were you here as a player as well?
No, I was never fortunate enough to have made it as a player.
Now, you've been involved with the tournament for a long time, since you retired from full-time employment, and you've been working as a golf course manager?
I'm the greenskeeper at the Sorrento Golf Course during the summer months. It's kind of a nice spot, and I enjoy it. It's probably what I would have looked for in a retirement job.
Now, there's so many of you folks, people like Bill Fletcher, who is retired from Brewer High School, who continue to come back and are a part of this tournament, helping to organize it year in and year out. What is it about the tournament that keeps you coming back year after year?
Well, you keep seeing old friends like Bill Fletcher and another 100 I'm sure that I could name, but it's a lot of fun. I enjoy watching the kids perform. They do a great job year in and year out, and I think for the most part the sportsmanship is excellent.
Every year there seems to be something new to excite the fans. In the Eastern Maine tournament this year, the play of Tony Tobin brought a lot of people into the place, and we had very good crowds in the Eastern Maine tournament, and hopes are pretty high as the A's get set to come in. And of course, tomorrow night, what should be a big Class C showdown with Winthrop coming in against that Limestone team.
Well, tomorrow night, I'm sure, I don't know how Winthrop plays a game of basketball, but they're going to have to run if they're going to stay with Limestone. And if they're a running team, we may not be able to keep up with it.
You've seen a lot of changes in basketball in your years that you've been involved with it. Things like the three-point shot. A lot of people, after watching some of the games last week, said, I think maybe we need to make another change and go to a shot clock of some kind. What do you think about that?
Well, at this stage of the game, I wouldn't be in favor of a shot clock. I think that there needs to be one place where you can use all kinds of strategy in the game of basketball, and I think high school basketball may be that place. So if we tell them they can't play the slow down game, or they have to shoot in a certain period of time, I think we're taking some of that away.
Stu, as floor manager, is the toughest part of your job dealing with all these media types? You know what they're like.
Of course it is.
Thanks very much. You do a great job, Stu.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
Stu Taylor, floor manager here at the Eastern Maine, and tonight the state Class D tournament. We're at halftime, and let's go back now to Keith and Lisa.
Okay, back now. We're going to take a look at the scoring for Central Aroostook. They were led by Melanie Clark, who really turned up her inside game. She had 10 points in the first half. Angela Allen had 2, and Erica Shaw had 2 for their total of 14 points. For Rangeley, it was Sarah Bicknell leading the way. She had 11, followed by Karen Spalding with 5. Danforth had 4. Liz Linnell had 2, and Beth Morton had 2 for their total of 24. So you can see a difference right there. All five scorers getting into it for Rangeley, and Central Aroostook with only 3 people. And we look at this, the shooting percentages. Neither team really on fire in that first half. 32% from the floor was Rangeley, 30% for Central Aroostook. From the foul line, Rangeley shot 80% compared to Central Aroostook's 28%. Turnover department fairly even.
So I guess the balance of the Lakers is the real difference in the first half, and the inability of Central Aroostook or the slow start they got off to in the first period.
Well, normally you'd see people like Story Shaw, Angela Allen, a lot of those kids, Erica Shaw, really coming in and helping out with that scoring. And in that first half, they were a little cold, and so it was pretty much Melanie Clark that led the way for them. Look to see a more balanced scoring attack for Central Aroostook. That's what they're known for.
But as you mentioned, it's been a pretty even game after the opening few minutes of the first period, and Clark came back to score 10 in the first half. And as you said earlier, Central Aroostook is probably lucky to be only down by 10 right now. They played a pretty even basketball in the second period.
Exactly. The second period was fairly even. Really, Rangeley only gaining 2 points on them in that second period. But as you said, slow start, and again, the pace that these kids have been running out here, that's definitely going to be a factor late in this game.
We'll be back in a moment. Julie Bradstreet coaching the Central Aroostook Panthers. And playing the ball in now will be Central Aroostook in the 10 point 24-14. And the second half of this D state championship now underway. Up with it for Central Aroostook. She's getting better as the game goes along.
She has, she definitely has the height advantage. She's got some good moves, and she's been able to find the range.
So it's an 8-point lead for Lakers, lost away by Thomas.
It's going to be important, Keith, also for Central Aroostook to make a run at this Rangeley. They can't just go down such and trade baskets. So we're going to need, and we realize a lot of offensive firepower.
Loose away, and it's a fast break as Morton comes down, puts it up and in. That's number 14 for the Lakers. It's a 10-point spread again. Rangeley bringing some pressure now full court. Now backing off as Clark Shaw comes into full court. This is Erica Shaw inside.
Right
Bradstreet
there.
shot.
That's where Chris Bradstreet needs to be looking to shoot. Great play that time. Clark gets to the ball down low. We saw them try to run that play in the first half. The pass was there. That time it was perfect.
McNell moves along the baseline, puts it up and off the rim. Rebound tipped around, and it was knocked out by Thomas. And the Panthers of Central Aroostook will play it in. Bradstreet will play it in. Bradstreet, very dependable player, a sophomore at 5'7". And as you said, Lisa, she probably will develop into an outstanding inside player for the Panthers.
She's very fundamentally strong, especially down low.
Shaw with it. Allen into Clark in the lane, puts it up. Strong move.
Starting to get the roll now. That time, again, she has some great post moves and a nice soft touch on the shot. This time she got a chance for a three-point play.
She's making stronger moves to the basket than she was earlier in the game.
And again, right here, you see her put the ball to the floor, go up strong, seize the basket, making good, strong moves now that they've just come off the halftime break.
Right. Coach Bradstreet has probably told her not to be shy about going in there and making those strong moves. Bicknell loses the ball off her hip, picks it up, though. And ball ball is loose and tied up. The arrow goes toward the Rangeley basket.
So Central Aroostook's cut it to 5 points right now. They need a good defensive stand right here against Rangeley to really make a run.
Becoming a tighter contest between these two outstanding girls basketball teams, the class of Class D, and there's a classy shot by Danforth, and it's a 7-point lead again for the Lakers. Quickly, long pass to Shaw, up and off, rebound coming down, and picked up by Spalding.
Erica Shaw is going to pick up the foul on that.
One foul apiece in the second half. First one on Shaw. And the Lakers work it down court. Spalding to Morton. Back to Spalding. Stolen away nicely there. Story Shaw coming down.
That's Shaw's first 2 points of the game, and we said all along, she's capable of scoring a lot, but you really have to give a lot of credit to the girl with the ball right there, Beth Morton. She's doing an outstanding defensive job.
Right. McNell. And foul maybe on Bradstreet. First foul in the game on Bradstreet, the second on Central Aroostook in the second half. Becca Thomas will play it in along the end line for the Lakers. Jump shot by Spalding. Around. Big can't get a shot away. Violation. Maybe just hanging around near the bucket. Now look at that pressure coming from the Lakers. Shaw gets 5:21 remaining in the third period. Shaw got it by. Over comes from Eric Shaw. Hard toward the basket. Back it goes. Puts it up. Off. Rebound tip high.
That's Allen with the puck steal there, but she stepped out of bounds.
Allen, I was expecting to contribute and probably will before the game as he had 20 points handle, and she's a bit frustrated. I mean, she must be a bit frustrated so far in the ball game. McNell's long shot is off, and the report. Looks like two pretty evenly matched teams. Back out. Spalding almost loses it back court. Closely, Shaw is out of bounds and knocked out.
Shaw really used her body well that time in playing defense. May have got away with one there. She really played aggressive defense. They stepped up the defense, and now they've cut it to 5. Rangeley wants a time out right now. You know, we've had a couple down on this end. Central Aroostook's missed a couple of shots they probably should have made, and they could be tied up in this game. So Rangeley really wants to figure some things out defensively now as we take a look in, and there's Coach Heidi DeRaps diagramming for her team.
As the game moves on, the more evenly matched they look, and certainly in this third period, they look like two teams that are pretty point.
Exactly. You know, and Aroostook's trying to that cold shoot first quarter. This being more of a defensive battle. Third.
Again, the defending champion, Lonnie Warriors team, were beaten in the state final last year by Southern Aroostook 52-49. The team that Central defeated this year in the Eastern final to advance to the game here this evening. Central came into the Eastern Maine tourney 3 record of 13-5. Rangeley went 17-1 on 3. This is for Central Aroostook. For Allen Starr. Gets back. Knocked out of bounds by
Festlin coming back now as it goes out. Again, neither team very deep in their benches so far tonight.
Morton did it. Now to Spalding. 4:13 in the third quarter. Nell takes shot. Nice block by Bach. Okay, Shaw holding the ball. Maybe loop it over to shoot if she can. They'll bring it down. Look for somebody. Up by Allen.
Start some more screens right now. It's this defense.
Good defense on Allen, played by Beck. She's everywhere that Allen goes. Belline puts it up and in. She was waiting for. 3-point game with 3 third period. Down
Nice
low.
pass.
Thomas back. Spalding takes the shot. Rebound to Allen.
Chance to cut it to 1 right here.
Erica Shaw.
It's twice she's done that. Smart play. She sort of allows the defense to buy and takes a nice easy shot. So many times these kids rush that shot and it's either going to get blocked or they lose the handle.
Minutes remain in the third period. It's a 1 game now. Lakers.
Stick fans are up and cheering now.
Okay, inside the big Nell. Beckett. Nell takes the line. There's a 2-point attempt near the 3-point line. Getting down to it. Started by Spalding. 3:25. Remain knocked out of bounds. Set the clock. Or rather knocked out by Linnell.
Danforth coming back in. Linnell going out. Dan have the job of covering Clark, and right now Central Aroostook looking to go inside to her if they can.
Angela Allen play it comes out to Clark. By Dan. Fourth down inside off and off. Rebound kicked around. Finally picked Clark. Moves in the lane. From left. Shot by Allen. She draws the foul.
The foul's going to be on Thomas. She got a chance to tie it here. She's going on 2. She can tie it up by 1.
So the Panthers come back here in the third period. And fun on the line. Again,
Ball to Allen, who takes a shot, and we see the foul after.
Allen was the big scoring leader in the evening final. Camp won 62-47 with 7 28 points. Along with 18.
Whole new game now, tied up. 28.
2:15 in the third. Morton with Bradstreet, almost knocked loose by Bradstreet,
hustle.
almost steals it. And foul being called.
She's
Out of
going
bounds.
to be out. Good hustle that time by Bradstreet. When kids aren't afraid to get her after the ball.
Thomas plays it in. And Stanford can't find room to shoot. Now Balding puts it up long off the rim.
Another thing I've noticed that Central Aroostook has done in this half is they've started to get boards a little bit more. Allen's had a that time it went to Clark. So Lakers really have only been getting 1 shot.
Shaw fakes, goes left, loses the ball. Clark inside. Clark. Again.
It's the offensive board. She went to
Earlier in the game, the offensive boards, but going in. And now
they've got their first lead of the game right now.
2-point lead for the Panthers of Central. And a foul.
Hicknell's tough to stop. She's got a great, that first so quick that she by the play. And that time Clark, her second foul.
3 team fouls, Panthers. 2 others.
Coach
Heidi
Durant.
No. 5'8". 5'8" senior among the team leaders. Again, averaging 16 points per game and a lot of rebounds. And we're tied at 30. The 125 of the third period. Full pusher coming again. Shaw in forecourt. Shaw brought it by North. Give it a hook to Shaw. Exposed to her. On the line. Inside to Bradstreet. Bradstreet.
pass to Bradstreet.
Blocked by Danforth and a foul.
Good decision by Clark that time. She was covered, but she was stopped. She dumped it off low. But here, Sheik the double team. Bradstreet's open. Takes it baseline. Gets fouled with the hip.
At 30, 105 remaining in the third period. And the boys call following this game. Jones Sport Beals Maine D champs with 31-30 now. Point lead until Spalding. Thomas back to Spalding inside. Bicknell.
Again, that's going to be another one of Clark. The height advantage, but you'd have to give quickness call to Bicknell. That first step of hers is tough to stop. Hewitt coming back in as Clark picked up number 3 right there with 53 seconds to go in this third period. They can't afford to have her getting in any more foul trouble than that.
Bit of a blow there for Central Aroostook as Bicknell goes on the line. The team down by a point.
The other thing this is going to do, though, it's going to give Clark a little bit of rest. Chance to rest her legs a little bit so that she can come back strong in the fourth period. And the Lakers go back up by 1, 32-31, 53 seconds to go, third period.
A very even match now in the second half. Story Shaw hit back upward with Morton on her. Across the midcourt strike, 45 seconds. And Allen touched off, it hit Allen last. And Lakers get it back. So they have 40 seconds to work with. A 1-point lead. Thomas to Spalding. Inside. Tied up. The arrow now goes to the center stick back.
They looked for that long pass that time, but the Lakers had it shut off.
They look for is that long lead, and it's paid off from time to time. Feel that time on 18 seconds. Underneath, Spalding puts it up. The bounce, and the Pirates will play it in. Now they have 11 seconds to work with. She got a shot of Julie Bradstreet. 32-31, 7 seconds. Shaw takes all the way in. Off. Down by Danforth. After 3, 2:31. We'll be back in a moment.